You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Let's do it. All right.
We got a serious head of hair.
My goodness. You literally could have the thickest hair I've ever seen. All right, so David, what are you thinking? So you were saying a little bit earlier that he likes the length, or he likes keeping the top a little bit longer, but he's fine going a little bit shorter on the sides. He only really uses like hairspray in order to style it, but his hair is so thick.
Yeah, like I said, you have that hair, it just like grows out. Especially in through like these areas, if you want to leave that longer and you take this really, really tight, it's just gonna feel like you just have this like mop on top. Yeah. And it's just not gonna like transition nice into the sides and it'd be kind of tough to grow out.
So are we thinking about, are you gonna be adding some texture up here?
What I want to do is actually kind of take some of this area right back here a little bit shorter, so it kind of helps support that length into the front. He's got really thick hair, so it's just gonna want to sit flatter. This really doesn't need to be that long. We're not trying to brush it back. It's kind of sitting more forward the way his crown wants to go. So by keeping that a little bit shorter, it's going to be a little bit more manageable for him, and then he'll still be able to like have the length in the front where he can style it. So what I'm doing is I'm basically creating this shape right in through this area, and then I'm going to work through the top first, and then I'm going to take my clipper and blend into that. I find especially with this amount of hair, sometimes working up with the clipper, sometimes you can end up taking it way too high, and then you're not left with enough weight to kind of blend into the top. So by doing all the scissor work kind of in through here first, it just allows me to kind of keep that weight in through there and make sure I don't take it off. So how I'm cutting the top, I'm going in with more of a point cut. This is just gonna help to keep some nice texture in through the top. He's got a ton of hair and it will just look like a big bush if you do not texture it. So I'm just going through, and as I'm taking the length off, I'm doing it in a more textured way. I put in a ton of texture, so it'll be good to style. So like I said, I'm gonna use a little bit of cream. I'm gonna blow dry it in. I don't wanna use a lot, I just want a little bit. So I'm gonna use about that much. And then I'm gonna emulsify it in my hands together. And then I'm gonna put it everywhere because I want that even distribution of product and shine throughout all of his hair. Just working it through his hair. And then I'm gonna blow dry this in just using my hands. Because I don't want to over smooth it out or over straighten it. We're trying to get some more texture, so I'm going to use my hands, kind of scrunch it through as I'm blow drying. So I'm just going through now, like I said, and I'm just using my hands to scrunch in the product. Like I said, I'm trying to build as much texture as possible. So when you start using brushes and stuff, it can tend to flatten out your hair, especially if you have finer, straighter hair. So I tend to just like scrunch through the product and just help get that texture built in from the get-go. And that way we're not doing too much work when it's dry. The cream is just drying in a little bit of that shine, helping tame some of the flyaway and some of that frizz. And then when we go in with a matte finish product, it's gonna really help bring in that nice like dry texture into it, but not making it look dry or frizzy. All right, so we're just gonna finish it off with the regular putty. He needs a little bit more hold than the soft putty. So I'm just gonna take probably about that much. You wanna make sure there's no clumps in your hands left. So I usually will emulsify it and then take a look at it and see if I have any more clumps. The clumps will end up in your hair. You don't want that. So. And then I'm just gonna work it through everywhere. You wanna make sure when you're applying product, you put it on all over the hair so you get an even finish all throughout. You don't wanna end up with that nice texture on the top, but then the sides are all frizzy.
It looks so good.
So see, we still got that nice texture, but see how it's got that tiny, tiny bit of healthy shine? So his hair looks nice and healthy, and there's no frizzy flyaways.
What do you think, Ryan?
I love it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It looks so incredible. Guys, you crushed it.
Thanks,
David.
Appreciate it.
Oh my God. Ryan, you crushed it. Good job sitting there, but your hair is amazing. Guys, if you want to check out the soft putty or the putty or the cream, I'm going to link to it down below. And if you're ever in the Atlanta area, make sure to come and check out Salon Posta. It's the best. My boy David, also amazing. Great job.
Thank you.
Ryan, you rock.